Talking Horses. Andy Serling, soon to be joined by Anthony Stabile as we discuss today's 9-race card. Lots of business to attend to, so we'll get right to work. You know the drill. Head over to Naira Bets. If you're not a member, we'll match you to $200. Use the promo code Big A. There's a bonus available today, the 50-50 with Oaklawn Park, and bet 50 or more on each Aqueduct in Oaklawn through the app only. You get a $10 bonus. But the big news, of course, is the $79,671 carryover in the late pick 5. That'll commence in race number 5 through 9. All of those races, by the way, will be part of our racing, what is it? America's Day at the Races. I'm getting there. I keep wanting to say Racing Across America. America's Day at the Races.
That was the old series.
Right. That'll be part of the show, though. This will not all be part of the show. The Oaklawn races will not Tampa, but with Cross Country Pick 5 begins at 4:15 with the Tampa 8th race. Tampa 8th, Aqueduct 7th, Oaklawn 7th, Tampa 10, Oaklawn 9th. Play that as well, 50% takeout. Pick 5's all over the place. 15% takeouts, but you won't want to miss getting involved in that almost $80,000 carryover. Big A, you prepared to go?
Yes, sir.
Scratches in 4 races today. 2 of my top choices.
Yeah.
And it's annoying in the first because as we show Sneeds finishing well ahead of splitting 8s last time, I want to pick against Sneeds. I mean, he's Sneeds, you know?
But you scratched into him.
But what am I supposed to do? Because I'll tell you one thing. I'm not picking the horse that you picked in here, who's going to be short for God knows what reason.
Do you think I'm going to get yelled at? I might get yelled at.
No, you're going to get yelled at. Well, the thing that your horse has going for is it's drawing away. So probably be favored and probably win by 8 and get like a 116 buyer or something. But I'm going to say something. Sneeds is a hanger. There is no doubt. He is also faster than these horses. Let me ask you.
That was very dramatic. That was like that was a maestro move, like you were about to get an orchestra.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
How's Linda Rice done with these horses she's claimed from Chad and Klarovich? Because she's claimed a boatload.
No good.
I mean, no good.
Listen.
Horrendous.
First time fast track. And I am not going to lie to you. I am not going to tell you that part of the reason I didn't give this horse the nod over Sneeds.
They didn't like the horse
is the drawing away factor. These horses are winning here. Florida.
Well, you're there and everywhere.
They're winning for different trainers.
They should be going to Iceland. Do they have a track in Iceland?
You know, for some stupid reason the other night I looked up if there was any racing in Iceland or Greenland, and there's not.
Really impressive that you and I are in the same place.
Yeah, it kind of scares me because it was
just
a
that's sadder for, but it's definitely sad for at least one of us.
It was probably a day I just wanted to run away. I was like, I wonder if there's any racing in Greenland.
Dan went to Iceland. I remember that.
Yes, he did. My friend Diana as well. What are you supposed? I mean,
I
couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Here's the problem. These horses might end up being comparable prices. I think.
I would probably agree with that.
And at the end of the day, I just think Sneeds is a more likely winner.
Okay.
And I can't take anyone else. But I hear you. It is what it is. There was an alternative. Race number 2. There are 2 horses that are going to take money. Rally Cap, who stops like that Gary Gullo horse that we were talking about in the last race.
Please stop bringing that horse
Thursday, right? Would you disagree?
No.
This horse just stops. And We Should Talk, and we'll show you We Should Talk 2 races back, finishing second. I was going to pick We Should Talk. You picked We Should Talk on top, right?
I did.
I was going to put him on top. I ended up moving my picks around here yesterday. Well, I'll tell you why in a minute. He's the worst to beat, but, you know, I don't love that Gary's dropping him. I know he claimed for 12.5, but the thing is, he didn't run that badly last time out. He was down on the rail, and, you know, speed was really good, and I don't know what happened to him early, but how is this horse back to last? He's never been that far back in his races, and he just got completely out of position. He didn't even really run that badly. The pace held together. Speed was good that day. So why is Gary dropping him off a cliff off that race?
They claim, you know, this was
Doesn't that bother you, though?
Yeah, they claimed them for a quarter back in December of 2018. They had him.
Well, he was claimed by Gary, yeah, correct.
A full calendar year. They lose him for said quarter. Basically a wash. He earned just under $40,000 last year, probably a few dollars into him. Lose him for the 25, take him right back for the 12.5. So it's almost like, okay, we have around 20,000 into this horse.
But the fact that they took him back suggests that they think he's okay.
I agree.
That's a positive sign.
And I think they realize they probably made some mistakes with this horse, namely running this horse a step past 6 furlongs. which is what he's doing today. Now they took him for the 8. You're right.
He ran one of his better recent races at going 7.
But he just chased that horse home. He couldn't make a dent, Andy. I think they're hoping
Jessica Fair is okay.
I'm thinking they hope they win and they lose him. They're going to lose him today.
Well,
for the
obviously
8,000.
they hope to win and lose him, but the point is, I understand they're more than even. I understand all of that. The point is, he ran well enough last time that this dump is concerning. I'm sorry, it's concerning.
You really think? The 12, because again, this is kind of
yes,
it's a 25 state bred race.
Anthony, once again, yes.
Okay.
I think it's concerning.
I'm
and
not
I think
that worried
you're not dealing with a horse
12-5.
that's going to be 4-1. You're dealing with a horse that's going to be even money.
Fair enough.
So I absolutely think it does matter. He's no horse to beat. I'm not arguing that point. I'm arguing why. I was going to pick the 3 Money Meister second. Here's the thing.
Wow.
You like Business Cycle yesterday? He ran well yesterday,
He did
right?
run well yesterday.
He ran well. He ran fine.
Mills.
Well, you picked him second. It's not like you didn't like Mills. You said in this, you agree with me in the show, so we were in the same place. I just happened to pick one horse on top. I mean, it's the same thing with that 3 horse that won the other race. I didn't put him on top. I had him second, but we both thought he was the, one of the 2 major players in there. The people who want to track us by our top choices have at it, guys. You'll find we're picking a lot of losers. So have at it. But when your top pick runs second at 20-1 and you're considered picking another loser, then I'm wondering who the loser really is. Having said that, okay. I'm going to argue this horse ran better than Business Cycle did last time. Better. So if you thought that Business Cycle was the right horse, why wouldn't you take this horse at 8-1 in this race?
He did a lot of his good for trainer Wayne Potts.
But Jimmy Ferraro's good, and he has this horse going in the right direction. Maybe he's got him back. His best races make him a player here.
Wins at almost 30% up the finger lakes. He did a lot of good for him as well. I don't know. You might be right. And he's cutting back to a distance where he's had success.
Races fast enough to win. I'm not in love with him. But to me, he is clearly. Here's the thing. I don't like Daddy DT at all. Yeah. To me, Daddy DT is just. He's all yours. I mean, claimed for 12.5, in for 8 now, been running lousy race. Comes off a layup, doesn't run a step. Okay, a mile and 8's a bit far, but I don't want any part of him.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying he can't win, because he can win. The 7 can win. But all of these horses are deeply flawed.
I don't disagree.
Race number 3. Okay, you must have a tip in race number 3.
Why? Oh, the Bruce Firster?
Yeah. Come on.
I don't have a tip.
So why are you picking this
I don't
horse?
have a tip. Again, for the wrong reasons. I'm picking a horse that is going to be a price, but I don't really prefer anybody else in this race.
No.
Work tab's okay. This horse is working a little faster than most Bruce Brown Firsters work. And
there's got to be a story. You cannot tell me that you just randomly picked this horse.
I don't want Linda first time out, and Linda is going to be 2-1 or
okay,
so.
let me ask you a question about Linda's horse.
Number 3, Honey Money.
Your point was well taken the other day, and I even talked about it in the Prattle, and it's a very valid point. Don't you think this horse's 2-year-old sales workout is a little bit valid?
I do.
This horse's 2-year-old's workout.
It's a different story.
Honey Money's 2-year-old workout was very good.
Yeah. And listen.
You know this horse is a full 2, right?
Can very well win.
Do you know this horse is a full 2? Sassy Agnes, who was very fast.
Very fast.
And very precocious for Linda.
For the connections. You listen, this horse can absolutely win. But this horse is going to be heavily bet in this race. And I just wanted an alternative.
So no story on your 4. Your nose is not going to grow.
I get a plate of chicken palm from King Umberto. I'll swear on it right now.
It's kind of a tough drive. You think Jason can go over and get it for us during the show?
If he brings it, I'm eating it. So no, please don't.
That's it. I like New York Supreme. I don't know what they were doing with him. I know he kind of broke out last time. He's putting blinkers on. I agree. He may be a.
This got to be it, right?
She may be a finished product.
You done after this?
Well, Anthony,
I know what you mean. I mean the blinkers.
Anthony, the only time I really liked her. The only time I picked her on the show, you understand, was January 1st.
I'm just saying.
I wasn't here December 8th.
I'm just saying in general.
Aragona picked her in her first race.
I'm just saying in general. I mean, it's got to be it. I mean, how many
this horse has an excuse on January 1st. You didn't want to be on the rail.
No, so, I remember. I remember you were going to say that.
This horse is going to be in front, and I'm going to hope she wires the field. I agree. She may. I don't trust her at all, but I'm just going to hope she wires the field over a bunch of firsters and other horses that don't seem to be able to do much.
Yeah, maybe. Very well, not with the filly.
Letty.
I have to put Mod in.
Wasn't there a horse, something of Letty Golf? There was a good horse years ago, right?
Yeah.
Years ago.
I couldn't think of it last night.
Yeah. Flag of Letty Golf? Flag?
That might
Flag of Letty Golf? Golf, yeah.
Flag
I feel like
sounds
Steve
familiar.
must be away this week. I haven't heard from Steve. Has not been checking in.
You haven't brought up Steve's name in a very long time.
He hasn't been checking in all week. He must be on vacation or something.
All right.
I think he is. Race number 4, I'll tell you, this is going to be a wing-dinger. Race number 4, we'll talk with Let Me Take This Call to start it out. I mean, to be fair, Let Me Take This Call ran last time. I didn't think the track was,
did?
I mean, speed did well. I don't think it was carrying speed. She ran. She
ran
runs
a
back in
race.
this race, she's going to win.
Yeah, she's going to win.
I mean, you and I picked against her, but this was a big race.
Right,
Where the heck did it come from,
I don't know. I don't know. See, here, and we would have argued about this. Kimura would have been forced from the rail. She's probably not fast enough, but at the very least, she would have had to try to stay with her. Now, Bertrand, the horse we picked on top, is going to be the one that's going to be.
Well, she's the speed, Bertrand, except the way Let Me Take This Call ran last time, you have to imagine they'll be aggressive with her again.
Yeah. I
Mike
agree.
Maselli, for what it's worth, over the last year, he's 4 for 10 with repeaters. So he's got horses that are at a high percentage. They're coming back and running back to these races over the last year when he's really been winning. So, I mean, I'm not against her. I just thought Bertrand to be a slightly better price of the two, and I put her on top. I don't have a real opinion, though.
I think I think at this point, because of the success she has had at getting to the lead, the instructions for Let Me Take This Call just have to be, you have to get to the lead.
Well, why would Jose
at all
look to do
costs.
something different than he did
No,
last
he
time?
can't.
We'll take a look at Bertrand finishing, I think, second, 2 back. Is this?
This is the cash
No,
offer.
this is last
No,
time,
this is
running
last time
third.
when you had Forgotten Hero here, great effort. And this filly makes up a lot of ground.
Well,
on
Forgotten
this
Heroes, saying a fast pace and close
Yeah.
stopping. I don't know how much ground she's making up, but
You don't think she's trying? You don't think she's making a little dent into this? I think the biggest
I think she
problem
hung,
here is
actually.
right here. She's chicken dinner, and she winds up third.
nah, I was never ever concerned that I was going to lose this race.
Yeah.
It never even occurred to me that I would lose this race.
Puffery
I knew I bet
inside.
the right horse, and I knew that I'd be rewarded for being
You
smart,
are,
and I
you are
was.
so full of it, man. You
No,
are
I
just
never sweated
so-
out. I just
Yeah, you
watched this
never
race. I was
sweat
like a
out.
cucumber.
I would have loved
I was
to
like
have
a
had an
cucumber in my
ISO
office,
cam
seriously.
on your office with the
Actually, you know, it's like
insanity that
somebody
ensued
was with
at
somebody
the
was
3/16.
somebody was with me, like Pat McKenna or something, and I sort of watched. And
I was on radio.
I
I
actually
turned-
wasn't. No, I behaved
I
well.
turned to Steve
It was
Grabowski.
right.
It was like there's bedlam going on
Now,
in the
something
basement
might have
right
gotten
now.
thrown if she had gotten caught, but it didn't happen. You really didn't check out the improvements in my office. Maria made some really nice
I'll check
improvements
out
in the
something
office.
later.
It's really nice. All right, it's a 2-horse race.
I kind of
I'm
blew
baby.
you off this morning. I thought
I
Maggie,
actually
I thought
thought
Maggie was here.
Yeah, he ran right for Maggie instead of his buddy who's here all the time. She wasn't there. She probably knew he was going to come bother her. I think Taylor's the boss, actually. It was interesting off the last trip. I just don't know if she's good enough.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be tough to beat both these. And even First Forever's had some excuses. I just don't know if you can take these horses to beat both these horses.
Agree.
Maybe if you don't like one, you want to split them with somebody, but don't see it. Race
I
number
agree.
5. You know, we got to carry
Here it
over.
is.
Carry over the pick 5, late pick 5. 79,671. How about me not picking the horse name with my mom's name in it? It's pretty embarrassing, isn't it? I can't even tell her.
You know, I know it would. I mean, obviously the payouts have been considerably less, but Prince of Pharaohs cost me everything yesterday.
Well, yeah, but that was I know. Listen, I don't know where the winner came up with that race, but he really
What
stepped
would
forward.
have paid with Prince of Pharaohs, the late one? Had to be $1,000, right?
Maybe. I didn't look it up. Anyhow, we'll move on to today's race. This is a crazy, crazy race. And I have a very different opinion than basically everybody else, apparently. In fact, I have a bet with David Aragona. I think his morning line on Max Revolution is insane. We bet 8-1 as a push, 8 evens a push. I think the horse is going to be much shorter price. He disagrees. He's probably going to be right. I get that Septimus Severus, whose only win beat me for a fortune, is the horse to beat and the right favorite. I don't know what was going on with him in his trip last time. Kendrick certainly got himself in a couple of jackpots during the running of that race. Having said that, how can you trust this horse at all? I mean, there's no ticket that won't include him. You know, no main ticket that doesn't have him. But how do you...
And you want to talk about, we were talking earlier about we should talk, you want to talk about a drop. This horse is going, he's
they're just
right
punting him.
in for the 16.
And don't forget, he can run in Pennsylvania races and Pennsylvania bred races.
Those PA bred races are worth 42.
I mean, you almost wonder if somebody from Penn National is looking at playing this horse, right?
Panel Parks, I mean.
But it also makes you wonder if he can run it all anymore. He's going to win if he runs any number of his races, but...
It bothers me that they gelded him and
then
dropped
dropped
him
him.
right in for the tag.
Okay.
Right in.
So you've got Preternatural on top
I
because
do. I'm just hoping he knew the race last time. He caught a wet track. It was a little wet that day. I know it wasn't that wet, but
Anthony,
he was
awful.
he was terrible. But I'm hoping he just
But
needed
also,
the race to knock the dust
Takeout has
off.
speed. So who knows what Heeman Harkey will do? You have to think that Let's Go Mets is going. Romero's certainly not ready. That horse has to go.
Well, he has to go.
He has to go. So
I'm
you've already
hoping
lost
that-
your chief weapon with him.
Well,
He doesn't need to lead to win, but
yeah, I'm hoping he doesn't need the lead to win. I'm hoping he just inherits them.
I'm not knocking any horse here. I get it.
This is a wild.
This is a very
it's-
goofy race.
And it's amazing because obviously there is no way to predict there's going to be a pick 5 carryover. But man, this is some sequence to get through today, starting
I
out with
agree.
this doozy.
I'll just give you my play on my top 2 horses. I'll start with the number 11, who I took last on Town Scout, and he didn't run a step. Having said that, there seemed to be an edge to be inside. This horse was not on the rail, was off the rail the entire running, and just never really got into the race. And he's got excuses, this horse. He had no shot 2 back off the claim. I don't know anything about this rider. I assume that he's still riding in Flores, the
I have
7-pound
no jock
bug.
changes.
I
He's
don't
in the
know anything
program
about
as
it.
well.
I have no. He's
riding
only
a couple of horses.
3
with
for
Kent Damachi
60.
today.
I trust that Cantermasi wouldn't put somebody on that he didn't think could ride. He's got plenty of race could win. I can't make a huge excuse for his last, and he may just be a finished product, but he's going to be a huge price. And a race I didn't like anyway. See, I misread. See, I thought he'd be 15-20 to 1, and I thought Max Revolution would be 7-2. Now, at comparable prices, I would have picked a 211. I don't really care. I'm going to use them both, and I'll probably bet them both.
Of course.
Max Revolution, to me, well, you know, he just got this ridiculous wide trip last time. He was bad, but he was out of it. He's got some excuses in his races 2 and 3 back, and not only that, not major ones. What is wrong with the 61 and 64 buyers compared to this field?
No, they're not. You're
I
right.
just think
I probably should have had him on the board. He's my 5th
I thought you'd
horse,
be
and
all
I'm
over him for your boy
and
Eddie.
I'm using him. Yeah,
you know, when you don't pick Eddie Barker, it's when he wins.
I don't know.
There have been quite a few that you've.
Yeah, there have. This
Because,
is a,
you know,
this is a
you've got
tough race.
Beachfront in there. Okay, fine. What dirt race does he have that's any good? I'm not knocking your picks. I'm not saying he can't win.
No, you're
I'm
not
just
wrong.
saying he's 5-1 morning line. Somebody has to point me to the dirt race, even anywhere. Why is he 5-1 morning line and Max Revolution 10-1 morning line?
No, that should the way.
Because he's dropping, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess.
But is it really a drop at this point? I mean, these 2 lives again. We talked about this yesterday a little bit. I think you run these horses where the race comes up.
Yeah, no, I get all.
I'm using
forget-
Max Revolution, and you may
I'm
have
not-
talked me into some talent schedule.
Listen, this is a race where
Yeah.
you are going to get as many horses as you can on your ticket if you have some opinions later.
I mean,
and that's really
union-wise, I'm Elmer J. Fudd. Let's go Mets, and running violence would be tough to make. But
You said
I
Fudd.
think-
You didn't even say Fudd. You said Fudd. You said Fudd. We're going to get the tape. It's Fudd. I mean, have some respect for Elmer Fudd. I mean, really.
Elmer J. Fudd
You said
called
Fudd.
himself Fudd.
Oh, stop. Have some respect. This is a.
Okay.
I'm telling you, this is just not right. Elmer Fudd. I mean, you're going to knock him on the show.
I wasn't a big Elmer J. Fudd. I was a Tasmanian Devil guy.
Is he the one who went with the
makes a lot of
Roadrunner?
sense.
Was it the Roadrunner guy, Tasmanian? No.
No, that was the Wile E. Coyote.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right.
Tasmanian Devil was kind of unto himself.
Race number 6.
Like me.
Somehow Anthony ended up with the same horse that I originally was going to pick.
Tip,
So,
last time tip.
oh, is that the Valley Beauty? Was it tip last
Yep.
time?
I got it late.
Clearly he was, because he was 6-1. Oh, you got
He
the
was
lead.
he was
He was bad.
shorter than that early on.
He was bad.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I'm using him, and he had a sloppy track. I mean, Jerry the Nipper's the horse to beat out of the race, but I don't know. He doesn't do a whole lot for me.
Nope. See if the tip money comes back. I don't think they'll be that far apart. There's 8-1, 4-1.
Let me say
2-1.
something else about a Valley Beauty. Jerry the Nipper got off the inside. A Valley Beauty went towards the inside, and the inside was not the place to be for what it's worth. I don't have a problem with either one of them. I'd rather have the 5 at a bigger price. I moved him to second because I think there's a viable horse in here. We'll take a look at the race between Ain't It Funky Now and Farragut. Farragut ran huge in here.
Big effort.
Okay, huge.
Big effort.
This was a race where the pace completely fell apart. The other speeds were 8th and 9th. They're better horse than their final fig suggested. You're getting a rider switch to Eric Cancel, who's been riding fabulously here. This horse never gave it up in this last race. I think he's a very dangerous horse. Now, the pace projector has him in front. I'm a little bit dubious of that because with the 4 stretching out and the 3 in here and the 5 being more live, I think the pace is going to be stronger. So I'm a little bit worried about what kind of trip he's going to work out. But I think he's a much more likely winner than Ain't It Funky Now. Not that that one can't win. but I think he ran the much better race.
I probably should have flipped him around. I'll tell you this too. I don't worry about any trips, whatever can't sell anymore. He'll put this horse in the right spot. I believe he'll have this. I'll have this horse in the right spot. I'm using the 4 of them. This horse was a tip last time of Vow of Beauty. I'm coming back with him. He's the biggest price of the 4 horses I think can win this race.
The 3 can. You're gonna tell me the 3 can't win this race? I don't like him, but he can win.
Yeah, the 3 can win. We don't know what happened. I don't know what happened last time.
So you're not using
Junior Alvarado,
the Neville Henry Firster.
No.
Neville Henry is not your
Junior Alvarado sees fit to ride this horse back.
I saw Junior. First guy I ran. Saw him downstairs on the way up from the show.
This might be way too late for 6th race.
Might sweep the card. Might sweep the card. He might sweep the card. Maybe that means he'll sweep the card.
Maybe.
He was looking very.
I didn't see anybody.
Oh no, he was coming. He was coming in. Big shades on. He was ready for action.
Had PJ Campbell on the show this morning.
Nice.
Eric Cancel's agent.
Nice. All right, race number 7. I like Durkin's Call.
You liked Durkin's Call.
I like Durkin's Call. He scratched.
Sorry.
There was 0 chance Anthony wouldn't pick Frosted Ice. So have at it, and then I'll rip it apart. No, he can obviously win. By the way, what price do you think he'll be today?
6.
7-2. The whole world likes this.
Come on, really?
Anthony, there were people stopping me on the way to the subway this morning on 72nd Street, told me they like this horse. The new doorman in my building told me he liked this horse.
Guys were getting Metro cards, but they wanted to get the Naira card.
Oh, they were talking about it on the train. The guy announced it on the train on the way out here.
Stand clear.
Everybody likes this horse.
Please go and bet on Frosted Ice this afternoon.
Okay.
I don't know. 2 starts off that layoff. Caught Polly, caught wet.
Anthony.
Stretching out.
I know the track was wet last time. I know the track was wet last time. I know that. And I'm going to use him too. He's not impossible. But he was awful last time. That race completely and totally incinerated, and he couldn't pass anybody in the stretch. So he was awful last time.
Here's the other reason.
He made us not be able to run. Would you admit there's a very good chance he can't run at all anymore?
He might be a complete throw-out.
I'm going to use him too. He's such a sucker. You got speeds, the 3, the 5, the 6. They're all need the lead types, and the race is going to fall apart.
Right.
We'll show Playwright.
Well, I just couldn't put Playwright back. I couldn't put him on top again because he very rarely puts these races back to back anymore.
Well, no, he very rarely wins back to back.
Yeah.
The problem also with him is that he got a very good trip, and Anthony. This was a very, very, very deeply flawed field.
Oh, it was a great setup, and it was not a tough bunch. No question about it. He's running against horses today that if they come with their best efforts.
Even Carthon.
Yeah.
Carthon's got to rate, though. I just don't know if he can rate.
That's the problem, right?
And he hasn't run well for Rudy. It seems like.
I don't think he's run well for Rudy because he hasn't been on the lead.
But he's not going to be on the lead today.
I know. That's why I don't like him. I understand that. At some point.
I'm going to use him. I probably should have had the 8th, 4th, and him 3rd. I don't understand why Joe Smoking Gun isn't just way the horse to beat in here. I mean, he lost by 2 lengths to Daneberry and Bluegrass Cat Smile. The Singapore Trader race, he didn't run that badly after breaking the gate. Just better horses.
I thought last time he had no excuse.
Yeah, but they're better horses than these. How do you compare Bluegrass Cat Smile and Daneberry, the horses that Playwright beat? I mean,
forget it.
It's like a stakes field.
Yeah, but he had a great setup last time, and he had a good trip.
Well, did he have his good trip as Bluegrass Cat Smile? Stayed in the rail and angled out in the stretch? No. He didn't chase outside.
But he didn't really punch.
Well, except here's the difference. Isn't he going to get more pace to run out in this race? So maybe he can actually do what he wants to do, which is not have to be more forward.
Maybe. I think my problem is, his most impressive race was when he was right on it.
Well, but he also got good at that time. I don't think his form is tailed as badly. Anthony, I don't love this horse either. I'm not a big fan. I don't know where else to go.
I was not picking Playwright.
Okay.
And off the last race, I couldn't pick Joe Smoking Gun, so I gave Frosted Ice one more chance.
I want you to give me credit for something in life. I really want you. I did the podcast on this Pick 5, and this is one of the only races from ours in Pick 5, and one of the gentlemen made a case for Real Dan, and I didn't say a word. Okay, I want a little bit of love and credit for that, okay? I think that I deserve something for that, okay? Do you know what that took? Do you know what that took?
Yes.
Knowing me and how insane I am, I just let it go. I had a very Zen-like moment.
Wow.
Yeah, I channeled my inner Gandhi.
That would be something.
I channeled my inner Gandhi to get through that moment.
Javelin and Too Fast to Pass. That would be...
Real Dan.
If you get this horse home today, they should just hand you the pool.
They should just tell you, you're right. Yeah, you're the
You
only.
shouldn't even have to have the rest of the
Reminds me of
numbers.
that my
Just take
favorite
the pool.
pick six story of all time. Back in the day, in the old tote, we used to be able to see them. People were alive.
Oh, please.
And a horse won
Right there in the sick room, Harvey.
A horse won the first leg. No, this was a different time.
Oh,
this
okay.
one, a horse won the first leg at, I want to say 60 or 70 to 1. There probably was a carryover because there was $84,000 of new money bet. No lie, $14 was on the winner.
So 7
The horse was
tickets were
7,000 to 1 in the pick six betting.
7 tickets.
I had to like see it to believe it. Yeah.
7 tickets.
7,000 to 1 in the pick six. I mean, if you had him at 60 to 1, you got robbed. Anyhow, race number 8, you got to be a race name for one of our favorite horses,
Only you would look at
Haynesfield.
it that way.
Haynesfield. It's true, right? Haynesfield, who won the Jockey Club Gold Cup over future Breeders' Cup Classic winner.
Zenyatta, Blaine.
No, was it Blaine? Was
I
Blaine?
have
yeah.
to say Zenyatta 3 times before
I
I
would.
say Blaine.
You're right. I would think it was Fort Lauderdale, but it was Zenyatta.
It was
Blaine.
Blaine and
Zenyatta Blaine.
Yeah, I have to say it that way. Then
most
Zeno,
embarrassing race call of all time.
Fly down third. Fly down was third in that race.
Probably. I love Fly
wanna
Down.
say- He was awesome.
We'll look at Mr. Buff, who's one of our favorite horses in training.
Yes.
We're talking about him with Junior. You know, I gotta tell you something. This horse was really good last time because I think you really have to have watched the race and understand the race to appreciate. I understand it's 75 cents the dollar. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The other 2 horses that chased him were the second and third choices, and they're both talented horses in their own right. And they disappeared around the 5/16 pole like somebody
Houdini.
erased them from
Yep.
the race.
Yep.
Right. Right, like
It's like
Houdini.
watching Back to the Future and the picture started
And
disappearing.
I even think Junior, top of the stretch, thought, I'm a little worried here. Much more than it didn't matter. It just didn't matter.
Well, you know what it is with him? He
just runs.
He's probably going to be a millionaire after today. And he just brings his lunch pail
Me
and he
too.
goes to work.
Me too. I'm praying to be a millionaire.
Every single time
I am a millionaire.
he shows up.
I started with an advantage. Like if you're
I don't even know. And I know you're gonna. I don't even know if he really appreciated that off going last
I
time.
don't know.
And I
He
think
ran the
he's
fastest
still
figure he ever
just-
ran, Anthony. So I'm
I still
gonna
think
not
he
let you be
just-
distracted by
well,
that.
he didn't
so
run the fastest figure he ever ran, but he ran a good race, and I just think he is
Right
in
ran
too
the
good a
best,
form right
the
now.
best pace, the pace-related figure he ever ran. He ran terrific, and I just can't try to beat him. And there's no other speed on paper.
Nope.
I do want to show last year's Haynesfield though, because we got the first 3 finishers in there, and I won't show the start, but some may remember that Honor Up, who won this race by nose or Syndergaard, he ran an outright remarkable race
Yeah.
because he blew the brake and rushed up, and this was an amazing performance. And I'm going to say a couple of things. Maybe he didn't want the slop off a layoff, even though he's handled it before.
Sure.
But also, Michelle Nevin's horses were stinking up the joint. Let me give you a good
And now they're
example.
not.
The maiden yesterday that Kazar just ran down. Her last race,
What an effort.
and she would have finished last. She would have finished last time, right?
Oh.
Her last race. She probably ran 10 lengths better yesterday than she did the time before, and I just think you could expect a better performance. And
You know what? It might have been more.
I'm going to have a
she was
little bit of
awesome
Honor
yesterday.
Up in my tickets.
I think if your bankroll can afford it, he's the only horse I would say
I
with
agree.
Mr.
I agree.
Buff. I don't think I'm Syndergaard at a mile off
I
the
respect
layoff.
Syndergaard, but
I love unless the I Love Jackson train just keeps on choo-chooing along. But you got to think that this is Mr. Buff, and even to a little bit of a lesser extent, Honor Up. This is a whole different kettle of fish this afternoon.
can I tell my favorite Syndergaard story?
Go ahead, man.
It is my favorite story. So many will remember he lost a nose bob to Practical
2016.
Joke in the 2016 Champagne, and he was best. I mean, I love Practical Joke, but Syndergaard was much
What a
the
race.
best. He got an incredible race. And I watched the race with Chad Brown in the box, and it was a bang-bang finish, and you couldn't tell. And some will remember that Noah Syndergaard was there, and he happened to be sitting in a box over from us, a little to the right, and he was with somebody. And they're not people who are at the track too often, to be kind. Nor do they understand that when you're past the wire, your angle may not be as good as it would be at the wire.
It's not as good.
And
Not may not. It's not.
Chad said to me, I think we won. And I went, and I'm always a fatalist. And I looked over, and the person with Noah Syndergaard leaned back and high-fived him, and I said, now I know we did. And he did.
That was one of Ernie Munich put up a poll a few months back about the best races we've ever seen in person at Belmont Park. And that was, I mean, those two horses
That's-
threw it down from the quarter pole home.
I'm going to tell you right now, that may be one of the best losing Grade 1 performances I've ever seen.
I mean, that was just an unbelievable, great.
It's not Seattle Slew in the Jockey Club, but it's that
it was,
kind of race.
I mean, he
was heroic.
He took
heroic.
from a horse that around one turn was hickory.
Right,
I mean,
and Practical Joke got the right ride from Joel. He angled
was
out.
perfect. Yep.
Everything was.
He had
I mean,
all the dirty work.
Practical Joke got
Baffert,
everything.
That
is
big bear rocket or
that
something.
big gray rocket.
Big gray rocket.
Who didn't return, by the way, I don't believe until the opening day at Santa Anita in 2017.
Like 18, like
2017
15 months.
Like,
just taking. Oh
Anyhow,
my God, what a race!
The last race.
What a race!
So the last.
How many are you using in here? I want to use 6.
I don't.
Really?
No, I don't. In fact, I don't. Oh, Dominic, is there a tip?
Nope.
Tip.
Nope. Okay. I couldn't pick any of these.
We get a close-up of Anthony's nose. Tip.
No, I just said no,
Friend.
man. How many times I got to say no?
First fall from a terrible.
saying in Spanish?
First
No.
fall from a terrible dam in a turf second family.
I can't take these horses.
Chad
Andy.
Schumer, a family friend.
Can't take any of these horses.
I hear you. I got you. I'm
couldn't
not
do
going to
it.
use him at a mile first time out, but
Okay.
have at it. I'll give you the 3 that I would use. The 3 Wicked Kaisha. By the way, I think Daisuke Fukumoto can ride. He's not bad. I've
I
seen
don't
him.
disagree.
Guy can ride. I've watched him ride. He rides fine.
Yeah.
There are guys getting mounts, by the way, that are. I know he doesn't have a bug.
I don't disagree.
But this guy can ride a little bit. I'm not saying he's as good as the top riders here, but I don't look at him as a detriment in a horse. I've watched him ride. He rides fine.
He's not a toss-up.
And this was his last fast track race. Is far and away the best race. So he's done it. How do you not have him top 4?
I have the horse.
You're
fifth.
ridiculous.
I am using.
Aren't the 3 and 5 automatic Anthony Stabiles back to fast tracks?
Yeah, they're both in. 2, 3, 4, 5,
Did
8,
Bourne
11.
getting a mile off the races he's been running?
2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 11.
DeBoard?
2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 11.
I'm
That's how my
betting
tickets
you
will
11.
end.
Just stay home.
Say again?
Linda Rice, second time starter.
Yeah, I wanted to do it. I was going to
3,
do
5,
it too. I
11
just
for
couldn't do
me.
it. Say again?
3, 5,
That's
11.
8?
Yep.
Oh, you're brave, man.
Oh, I am.
That's a nice stat.
I'm known.
Oh, that makes you brave. That can help your bravery.
I'm known for my bravery. I'm known far and wide for my tremendous bravery.
You have the handicap is
Mr.
medal of bravery.
Mr. Brave.
The HMB.
When people think brave, they think me.
The handicap medal. What is the handicap medal of bravery? Is it like is it Naira Bet's one of the cards that we give away, the cash cards? That's what
It's
should
being
be, right?
allowed to bet a race that you lost by a nose after the race was run and still betting your horse. That's bravery. Anyhow, head over to Naira Bets if you're not a member. Anthony, fine job. It was a wonderful, great experience
And
for
I
me.
miss you tomorrow. Say hi to Lucy
I know,
for me.
I will.
Terrible job not picking Mom's name, by the way. Awful job by you.
I know. I won't tell her.
I'm gonna tell
she'll
her
be
when I
very
see her at
badly
Saratoga.
hurt. Thank you. 100% deposit match of $200. The promo code is Big A.
That's me.
50-50 for Oaklawn today. Aqueduct and Oaklawn, bet 50 at least on each through the app, and you get a $10 bonus. Of course, and once again, the late pick 5 today. Got to get involved. Got to put something in.
Yeah.
$79,671 starts in race 5. It's Anthony's right. I think you almost have to lean on Mr. Buff so you can spread elsewhere.
Yes.
Lean very heavily. You may single him. I'd like to have a little 3 and some backups. And this is a great day for the Steve Christ ABC method. You should read Exotic Betting if you never have. And with so
Yeah,
much
no question about
plays
it
and
today.
pick 4s, pick
Today
5s,
is when
picks,
it really comes into
you
play.
really should be looking at. If you haven't read that book,
Yep.
I can't recommend it enough. You don't have to agree with it. I don't know why people don't, but just to get a different point of view on how to play these bets. The cross-country pick 5, 15% takeout. Tampa 8th, Aqueduct 7th, Oaklawn 7th, Tampa 10th, Oaklawn 9th. Podcast, the PH podcast, did that yesterday. If you want to listen to some opinions on those races.
I like blushing Bella in the down the dusty road today. First time Diodoro. Use that horse if you play.
Yeah,
if you
she
play
won't be the 8-1
cross-country.
morning line.
No, but
yeah, but the Asmussen horse, the Asmussen horse, towards the outside is like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I mean she'll be a short price, but if you
No, I agree. They were my 2As.
Use that horse.
They were my 2As.
Yeah,
I
like
picked
that
her. I
horse
picked her
today.
too. I agree. But
like
the
that horse
Asmussen is
today.
going to be tough to beat.
Yes,
but
I agree.
you can't ignore the Diodoro.
3-year-olds
horses.
against 4s down there, they don't care, man.
One of them looks like he's in there to maybe help the pace.
Yeah.
For the other one, for the trainer. Also, the America's Day at the Races show, 3 to 6:30 on Fox Sports 2. A large cast of characters will be assembled.
Maggie's here.
Maggie is. Well, you think she's here yet?
I don't know. I was told no.
It's not here yet?
No.
She's just strolling around 2:30. I texted
I'm sure
Maggie last
Maggie's
night
here.
and I said to her, "You're either really bored, a masochist, or both." And she just, she's Maggie. But I'm
Probably
glad to
misses
see
you,
her.
Andy.
She's only human. I miss Maggie. As you know, well, no. Yeah, no, I'm thrilled she'll be here.
Probably.
She'll just be doing the show. She won't be on
No offense.
before.
It's a little easier to miss Maggie than you. Just that much. I'm going to miss you tomorrow, though.
You know, people don't realize I'm every bit as nice as Maggie. That's a total misnomer that Maggie's really nice and I'm Mr. Mean.
Can we get a close-up on his nose
No,
growing right now?
you know what? Maggie knows I'm right. Maggie knows I'm right, and I'm going to make her
You're
admit
not
it
bad.
next time
You're
she's
not
on
bad.
Talking Horses.
I know Maggie
Anyhow,
more than you
looking
will,
forward to
you're not
seeing
bad.
Maggie here as well. Anthony, thanks so much. Johnny I, the man, John Imbrial, up with a reprise, The Scratches and Changes.